How many times have you felt your life grinding to a halt, as if an invisible force were holding you in place? You exert immense effort, you push against the current, yet every step forward feels like a retreat. At the root of this profound stagnation, this spiritual paralysis, you will almost always find three silent adversaries: the fog of mental confusion, the siren song of endless distraction, and the crippling void of an undefined purpose. The peace and success you desperately seek are not some distant trophies to be won at the end of a grueling race. They are born here, in this very moment, hic et nunc, in the simple, courageous act of bringing order to your mind and your days. The great Stoic philosophers knew this fundamental truth. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, understood that the chaos we perceive in the external world is nothing but a mirror reflecting the tempest raging within us. A scattered mind constructs a disordered life. In this self-made labyrinth of confusion, you bleed energy, you forfeit courage, and you lose the very essence of what it means to live with vitality and joy. What storm is brewing inside you today? Share its name in the comments, for naming the beast is the first step to taming it. But when you make the conscious, deliberate choice to architect your life with intention, the burden begins to dissolve. In its place, a new and formidable strength surges forth. Every small, disciplined decision becomes another solid brick in the foundation of your self-trust, your purpose, and your ultimate achievement. It is as Epictetus, the slave who became a master of his own mind, so powerfully stated: "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This is not mere advice. It is the blueprint that transforms a fleeting idea into an unshakable destiny. Today, we will not just read this map, we will build it together. We will explore 10 sacred Stoic practices, 10 finely sharpened tools of discipline and clarity designed to armor your mind against apathy and to sever, once and for all, the chains of paralysis that hold you captive. Declare your intent right now. Write in the comments, "Today, I choose to act." This declaration is not for me, it is for you. It is the first echo of the new reality you are about to create. Practice 1, the sacred duty of the present moment. The piercing question of Epictetus echoes through the corridors of time, shaking us from our slumber even today. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? In the quiet solitude of his tent amidst the chaos of war, Marcus Aurelius reflected on this same human frailty. We know precisely what is good for us, what is virtuous, what is necessary. We see the path with perfect clarity, yet we deliberately choose to postpone the journey. We tell ourselves the great lie: "I'll do it later. I'll start when things calm down. I'll begin when my mind is clearer, when the weather is better, when the stars align." This is the grand deception we weave to justify the poison of procrastination. Have you ever told yourself this lie? Acknowledge it below. Let us face this shared human weakness together. Procrastination is more than a bad habit. It is a philosophical disease. As Seneca the Younger wrote in his letters, it is a trait that all fools share in common. They are always getting ready to live. They exist in a perpetual state of preparation, endlessly postponing, inventing excuses, and deferring their true lives to a future that may never arrive. But this is not the way of the mentally strong. This is not the Stoic. A practitioner of Stoicism does not wait for the perfect moment, for they understand that the perfect moment is a myth. They begin. They summon their inner strength, their will, their discipline, and they confront what must be done, and they do it now. They do not leave it for later, nor for tomorrow. The absolute best time to have started building the life you desire was yesterday, or perhaps years ago. But the second best time, the only time you truly possess, is this very breath. Think of this in concrete terms. Perhaps you dream of sharing your knowledge with the world, but you hesitate. You see thousands of others who are already successful and you think, it's too late. They are not necessarily more intelligent or more gifted than you. They simply started years ago. As the old proverb says, the first to arrive at the river drinks the purest water. This isn't a call for regret, it is a call to urgent action. The only currency you have is the present. Every success you will ever enjoy is the harvested fruit of seeds planted in a previous now.
Every act of procrastination is the opposite. It is a conscious decision to starve your future self. It's declaring, I will wait to invest in my own future. I will be the best version of myself tomorrow. But can you truly afford such a luxury? Time, as Seneca warns, is the one thing even a grateful recipient cannot give back. What is one critical action you are postponing that could fundamentally alter the course of your life? Name it in the comments and hold yourself accountable. If you desire profound results tomorrow, next month, or next year, you must begin making the deposits today. The Stoic understands that life is cumulative. Small, consistent actions performed with virtue and intention compound into a life of meaning and strength. Seneca warned us that fools are always preparing to begin, but never do. Reflect on this. What if, instead of saying, I'll do it later, you simply took the first, smallest possible step right now? Would it not be better to cease the endless waiting and break the inertia? The future you crave depends entirely on the choices you make today. Tomorrow, you will do nothing but reap the consequences of your present action or your present inaction. The choice is yours and yours alone. Type action now to commit to breaking the cycle of delay. This is your pact with the present. Practice 2, the citadel of unbreakable focus. If there is a single skill capable of radically transforming the landscape of your existence, it is the ability to concentrate. In a world saturated with distraction, where your attention is the prize in a war waged by 1,000 corporations, the capacity for deep focus has become both exceedingly rare and immeasurably precious. The individual who masters their concentration possesses a formidable advantage. They can build, they can create, they can advance, and most importantly, they can live fully in the present moment, the only place where life truly happens. The person who has not mastered it feels like they are trying to fill a bucket riddled with holes. Despite their frantic efforts, everything valuable, time, energy, potential, leaks away. Where does your focus leak away most often? Identify the source of the drain below. Marcus Aurelius, ruling the most powerful empire on earth, faced this same dilemma 2 millennia ago. Even in a world without internet or smartphones, he understood that the undisciplined human mind is a wanderer, constantly seeking to escape the now. His counsel was direct and severe. Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice. This is the very essence of Stoic focus. It is not a passive state, but an active, willful engagement with reality. It is an act of will, not a stroke of luck. But the enemy of focus is not merely external. It is not just the noise of the street, the chime of a notification, or the chaos of a busy household. The more insidious adversary resides within. It is the recurring anxiety, the burdensome emotions, the relentless thoughts that hammer on the door of your consciousness. This internal noise is far more treacherous because it robs you of your peace silently from the inside out. Seneca knew this intimately. Living in a bustling, noisy apartment in the heart of Rome, surrounded by the ceaseless sounds of the city, He wrote to his friend Lucilius that he had learned to harden his nerves against external distractions. "I force my mind to pay attention to itself," he wrote, "and not to be distracted by outside things. There can be a clamor of every kind of noise all around me as long as there is no turmoil within." Can you imagine achieving that level of inner stillness amidst external chaos? Type "inner citadel" to declare your intention to build this fortress of the mind. This is the level of self-mastery we must train for, and it is not a natural gift. It is the product of discipline, of daily practice, of profound patience. Practices like meditation, daily journaling, silent reflection, and even voluntary disconnection from technology are the weights you use to strengthen the muscle of your attention. Without focus, we live on the surface of our lives, skating over the profound depths of experience. With focus, we dive deep. Without focus, we are carried by every passing wind of circumstance. With focus, we become the deep-rooted tree that stands firm in the storm. Therefore, here is your challenge. For the next 7 days, choose one simple task each day and grant it your undivided attention. It could be writing for 15 minutes without glancing at your phone. It could be eating a meal without any other distraction, savoring each bite. It could be listening to a loved one, truly listening, without interrupting or planning your response. The goal is to be whole, not fragmented. As Seneca wrote, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. This is the state that transforms your life. This is the ability to be truly present, right where your life is actually taking place. Mark your commitment now by writing in the comments, "Today, I focus." Because this symbolic gesture is the first rep in the workout that can change everything. Practice 3. The Forge of Voluntary Hardship. If we were to compare our modern lives to that of a 16th century king, we would find a startling truth. We live with more comfort, convenience, and safety than they could have ever dreamed. We have hot water on demand, advanced medicine, an abundance of food, and comfort engineered into every corner of our existence. But this comfort, this ease, comes with a silent, corrosive price. It coddles us, it softens us, it whispers the dangerous lie that life ought to be easy. And so, when genuine difficulty inevitably appears, because it always does, we find ourselves too fragile, too brittle to withstand the blow. In what area of your life has comfort made you weak? Be honest with yourself in the comments below. The Stoics understood this danger intimately. In a world with far fewer resources, they championed the critical importance of self-imposed voluntary challenges. They sought out chosen discomforts. For just as the body requires resistance to build strength, the spirit requires hardship to build resilience. An unused muscle atrophies. The same is true of your courage, your discipline, and your fortitude. If you never test yourself, you will forever remain small, confined by the comfortable cage you have built. This is precisely why we must actively seek out challenges. Whether it's facing the cold without complaint, turning off your phone for an entire day, training until you are truly spent, or rising earlier than your laziness permits. The goal is not discomfort for its own sake, but for what lies on the other side of it. By willingly walking through that fire, you discover a profound truth. You are capable of so much more than you imagine. Theodore Roosevelt, a modern admirer of Stoic principles, captured this essence perfectly. The life of leisured ease is not the life that appeals to me. What appeals to me is the life of strenuous endeavor. We must choose the strenuous endeavor. Here is your concrete challenge. For the next 7 days, choose one small voluntary hardship each day, physical or emotional, and face it head-on. It could be taking a cold shower, drinking your coffee black, fasting for a meal, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. But it can also be something more profound,
asking for forgiveness, having an honest but difficult conversation, or enduring silence without reaching for a distraction. What matters is that you are training your mind not to flee from discomfort. It is in this practice that you build real, unbreakable strength. What small hardship will you embrace tomorrow? Commit to it in the comments. This practice is a form of inoculation. By exposing yourself to small, controlled doses of difficulty, you build an immunity to the inevitable, uncontrolled hardships of life. When the real storm comes, you will not be a novice sailor seeing his first wave. You will be a seasoned captain, familiar with the rocking of the ship, confident in your ability to navigate the tempest. In just 7 days of this practice, you can begin to feel the difference in your very bones, the difference between living as someone who flees discomfort and living as someone who uses it as a tool for magnificent growth. Type "Forge my spirit" to accept this call to strength. Practice 4. The harmony of body and soul. This may not sound like traditional philosophy, but for the Stoics, treating the body with rigor was inextricably linked to the virtuous life you wish to build. When you neglect your body, you condemn yourself to a life of fatigue, low energy, and dependence on fleeting moods. A fragile mind is almost always housed in a weakened body. The Stoics knew this was not a metaphor, but a literal truth. They ran, they wrestled, they lifted heavy loads, they endured the cold. They were men and women of motion. The ancient phrase, mens sana in corpore sano, a sound mind in a sound body, takes on its full, profound meaning here. For them, mental and physical strength were two sides of the same coin. How does the state of your body currently affect the state of your mind? Reflect on this connection below. Today, many people set goals to achieve their dream body or feel physically stronger.
Practice 6. Reason before emotion. The person who does not learn to govern their emotions becomes fundamentally vulnerable. They are a ship without a rudder, at the mercy of every passing wave and every shifting wind. The danger is even greater than that. Those who understand how to manipulate emotions can steer your life without you ever realizing it. Impulsive decisions are the seeds of a bitter harvest. The heat of an emotion can feel irresistible in the moment, a consuming fire of certainty, but it almost always leaves behind the cold ashes of regret. Think back on a time an impulsive, emotional decision led to regret. What lesson did it teach you? Share your wisdom with us. Consider this common scenario. You have a great friend, and an opportunity arises to start a business together. It is natural to feel a rush of enthusiasm and excitement. But if the decision to proceed comes solely from this feeling, you risk ignoring essential factors: your friend's work ethic, their financial discipline, your differing visions, your ability to handle conflict as partners. The likely result? A fractured friendship and a failed venture. We are often taught to trust our gut or follow our heart as if emotion were an infallible compass. But Stoicism reminds us that reality must be viewed with clarity, not through the blurred lens of impulse. To question our feelings is not to suppress them, but to balance them with the steady hand of reason. This practice opens a space for true inner freedom. Most advertisements do not sell products, they sell emotions. They sell status, belonging, pleasure, and immediate gratification. And we, so often, buy without even being able to explain why. This same mechanism operates in choices of far greater consequence: relationships, careers, health. Imagine a woman deep in debt who sees a flash sale on the designer handbag of her dreams. Her impulsive emotion screams, "It's now or never." Her reason whispers, "This is not the time." If she surrenders to the emotion, she sinks deeper into her financial prison. If she listens to her reason, she plants the seed of a more stable future. Think of the person who, seized by anger, fires off an immediate text message and destroys a relationship.
Or the person who, dominated by euphoria, says yes to every request only to later drown in commitments they cannot possibly honor. Emotion, unleashed without the filter of reason, is a guide to error. What is one area where you can practice pausing and applying reason before reacting emotionally this week? Here is the Stoic invitation. Place a rational filter between your impulses and your choices. This is not about eliminating the heart, but about giving it a wise companion, the clear mind. When reason and emotion walk together, your decisions cease to be blind reactions and instead become conscious, deliberate choices. Here is your practical challenge. For the next 7 days, before making any significant decision, grant yourself a mandatory pause. Ask yourself this one question. If I were not feeling this intense emotion right now, would I still make this choice? Write down the answer. This simple habit can prevent profound falls and open the space for decisions that build rather than destroy your future. Remember, emotion is the fire that provides motion, but reason is the hand that holds the torch. One without the other leads to blindness or stagnation. Together, they illuminate the path. Commit to this practice by typing, "Reason is my guide." And for the 7th practice, the inner fortress of self-worth. Nothing is more fragile, more precarious than a sense of self-worth that depends on the admiration of others. If your value is born from external applause, you will live your entire life as a slave. Today you are celebrated, tomorrow you are forgotten. Seneca warned us of this trap millennia ago. He who seeks the approval of others places his happiness in their hands. And this is precisely what happens when we allow praise or criticism to define who we are. From our earliest childhood, we are conditioned to believe that we only have value when we are pleasing others. When a child is praised only for their good grades, they learn to see their worth reflected in a report card. When an adult receives accolades at work, they feel that only in that moment are they truly worthy. This is the invisible prison that accompanies us through life, measuring our own existence with someone else's ruler. Have you ever felt trapped by the need for external validation? How did you begin to break free? But Stoicism invites us to shatter this illusion. It reminds us that true, authentic worth comes not from our social status, our appearance, or what we can offer others, but from the firm, internal knowledge of our own character. The opinions of others change like the wind. One day you are exalted, the next you are condemned. This is where the Stoic metaphor of the inner citadel becomes so vital. Think of a stone statue in a public square. One day, flowers are laid at its feet. The next day, it is defaced with insults and contempt. But the stone itself remains unchanged. So must you be, firm, solid, with a value that is born from within, not from the oscillation of external voices. Build your merit through your actions, through the character you display every single day, through the effort that no one else sees. True happiness arises when your actions are aligned with your most authentic nature, when you do what you know to be right, even if no one is watching. Do not allow the opinions of others to dictate your worth. The world will fluctuate, people will change, but you must be the rock that remains. I offer you a symbolic gesture to anchor this new belief. Write in the comments, "My worth is my own," because from this moment forward, you cease to be a hostage to external voices, and you begin to build the one fortress that no one can ever tear down: genuine self-trust. As Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Practice 8. Progress over the illusion of perfection. The relentless pursuit of perfection can be a lethal trap for progress. Martha Graham, one of the most revolutionary choreographers of the 20th century, experienced this in a painful and profound way during the winter of 1931. After months of dedicating her entire being to creating a new series of dances, she felt her work was utterly unworthy of her reputation. Despite the praise from her dancers and friends, she could see only flaws, only imperfections. The frustration became so immense that she came to believe the entire winter had been a complete waste. "I have destroyed my year," she lamented. Where has the pursuit of perfection paralyzed you in your own life? Identify the project or area below. This suffocating perfectionism is a common fate for talented and driven individuals. The same high standards that help them achieve excellence can twist and become a creative prison. As Winston Churchill famously said, "Perfection is the enemy of progress." But it is more than that. Perfectionism is often just a sophisticated form of paralysis. We remain stuck in a state of resistance that, at its core, is simply fear. Fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of facing the vulnerability of exposing our work to the judgment of the world. The Stoics understood this inner battle intimately. They did not preach perfectionism, they preached progress. For them, excellence, or arete, virtue, came from the constant, daily effort to improve oneself, one step at a time. Epictetus, in one of his teachings, asked, "Is it possible to be free from error? Not by any means, but it is possible to be constantly striving to be free from error." This approach reminds us that the goal is not to be flawless, but to be in a perpetual state of growth. Perfectionism is not humility. It is not devotion. It is not a commitment to excellence. It can be a form of narcissism, a way to avoid the discomfort of completion and the risk of exposure. But a work is only complete when it is delivered, when it is sent out into the world. Moving forward requires the courage to accept our imperfections, to acknowledge our limitations, and to continue advancing despite them. What is one small, imperfect step you can take forward this week on a project you've been delaying? Accepting that we will never be perfect is profoundly liberating. It means embracing progress over paralysis, learning over stagnation. It means having the courage to ship the work, to start the business, to have the conversation, and to finish what you start. After all, growth is not about reaching an imaginary ideal. It is about continually, courageously moving in its direction, one imperfect step at a time. Commit to this new mindset. Type "progress, not perfection" in the comment section now. Practice 9. The self-liberation of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a gift you give to others. It is a gift you give to yourself. To hold on to a grudge is like carrying a hot coal in your hand, intending to throw it at someone else. In the end, you are the one who gets burned. The initial pain of a betrayal, an injustice, or a cruel word can be immense.
But there is a suffering that is far worse. The self-inflicted torture of reliving that pain every single day by clinging to it. Every bitter memory you replay is a wound you choose to reopen. It is like tearing the scab off a healing scar, forcing the soul to bleed anew long after the body could have healed. Is there a grudge you are carrying that has become too heavy? Acknowledge its weight, if only to yourself. Epictetus reminds us that true happiness is only born when we let go of that which we cannot control. And a grudge is the epitome of this. You cannot control the past actions of another person. By holding on to resentment, you are building a prison brick by brick and then choosing to live inside it. To forgive is not to condone the other person's mistake. It is not to erase the memory or pretend that nothing happened. It is simply to refuse to be a slave to the past. It is to choose not to give another person the power to control your inner peace. And there is an even crueler prison, waiting for an apology. Believing that you can only move on when the other person acknowledges the pain they caused. This places the key to your freedom in someone else's pocket. It is entirely outside of your control, and the longer you wait, the more deeply you become shackled to bitterness and resentment. The only true path forward is the one you forge yourself, the path of forgiveness, because it depends on no one but you. It is the act that preserves your greatest treasures, your peace, your generosity, your dignity, and your inner tranquility. Think of forgiveness as letting go of a thick, coarse rope that you have been gripping for a long time. The tighter you hold on, the more your hands bleed and ache. But the moment you choose to release your grip, the pain ceases and a profound lightness returns. This is why I present you with this challenge. In the next 3 days, choose one grudge that still resides in your mind. It can be small or large. On a piece of paper, write down the situation and the person involved. Then read these words aloud. I choose to free myself from this weight. You can keep the paper or tear it to shreds, but most importantly, feel the rope falling from your hands. Expect nothing from the other person. Your liberation begins and ends within you. Forgiveness is not a favor you do for another. It is the key that unlocks your own cell. Type, I choose freedom to begin the process of letting go. Practice 10. You carry the weather with you. You must change your disposition, not your scenery, Seneca wrote. For your faults will follow you wherever you go. This single sentence contains a lesson of immense power. So often, we believe our problems are external, located in our environment, in other people, or in our circumstances. We think, if only I had a different job, if only I lived in a different city, if only I were with a different person. But the true root of our most profound challenges lies in something we carry with us everywhere we go: our own mind, our own attitudes, our own unresolved issues. Have you ever tried to escape a problem by changing your location, only to find the problem came with you? Share your experience. Consider a concrete situation. Someone decides to move, hoping a new address will magically bring more peace, order, and happiness. But soon after the move, the same old chaos and disorder re-emerge. Why? Because along with the moving boxes, they also packed the same habits, the same mindset, and the same internal patterns that created the chaos in the first place. It is easy to fall into the illusion that by changing our external circumstances, we will solve all our problems. But as Seneca reminds us, the fault is not in the circumstances, but in the mind itself. The sickness follows the sick man. If you want real, lasting change, it is futile to change your environment without first transforming what is within you. It's like changing the set of a play without altering the script. The story will remain the same. Fleeing from your problems may seem like a temporary solution, but it never resolves the core inner conflict. Seneca provokes us with another striking phrase. If you wish to escape your troubles, you don't need to be in a different place. You need to be a different person. This does not mean abandoning your essence, but rather reframing your mindset, your habits, and your attitudes. It is an invitation to courage, the courage to look inward and confront what must be adjusted. Admitting that the problem might lie within us is uncomfortable. It is far easier to blame our job, our family, or the world at large. But this recognition is also profoundly liberating because it hands the power back to you.
Et vous êtes partie de la problématique, vous pouvez aussi être partie de la solution. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in taking radical responsibility for our own lives. This demands conscious action, reviewing our habits, challenging or limiting beliefs, and developing the resilience necessary to grow. To act means to face challenges head-on, even if it brings discomfort. It means accepting that progress is born from small, consistent steps. To flee, par contrast, is to hide behind distractions, social media, excessive work, or other escapes that only postpone the inevitable, the necessity of confronting ourselves. Seneca believed that happiness and inner peace do not come from a place or from external circumstances, but from the courage to face our own internal world and grow from it. Fleeing may sound easier at first, but the true journey of transformation begins when we choose to change our inner landscape. So, instead of seeking new roads to escape, focus on building a resilient mindset committed to growth. As the Stoics teach us, the change is not in the world around us, but in the way we choose to face it. Remember, the key to a more fulfilled, powerful, and peaceful life is and always will be within you. If this journey has helped you see your life through a new lens, show your support with a like, share this message with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Unshaken Mind. And never forget, time does not return, but the way you choose to use it can completely transform your life. Thank you for walking this path with us.